Well, hello, Tube. Today we have The State of Fear by Michael Crichton. I can't figure out which direction I'm supposed to point. That book up there. Now, spoiler alert, I have an affiliate link down below to bookshop.org where you can use to buy any book on the website. You get an awesome book and next cost to yourself. Get a little taste. Get a little taste. Don't go there to buy this book. All right. Don't go there to buy that book right there. Don't do it. We'll get into it. John Michael Crichton, born October 23rd, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois, died November 4, 2008, at the age of 66 in Los Angeles, California, US of A. State of Fear was a 2004 techno thriller, his 14th under his own name and 20th overall. I am trusting Wikipedia on those numbers because I didn't actually do the math. Wouldn't be that hard to do, really. But I'm just lazy. The synopsis I stole from Michael Crichton's website. Michael Crichton has a website that has like all of the books listed with like synopsises and then like a little blurb of what Michael Crichton has to say about the work. It's really kind of cool, and I think more authors should do this. So his synopsis of the book: in Paris, a physicist dies performing a laboratory experiment for a beautiful visitor. In the jungles of Malaysia, a mysterious buyer purchases deadly cavitation technology built to his specifications. In Vancouver, a small research submarine is leased for use in the waters off New Guinea. In Tokyo, the intelligence agent tries to understand what it all means. Thus begins Michael Crichton's exciting and provocative techno-thriller State of Fear. Only Crichton's unique ability to blend scientific fact and pulse-pounding fiction could bring such disparate, I don't know, elements to a heart-stopping conclusion. I'm really good at this, ain't I? This is Crichton's most wide-ranging thriller. State of Fear takes the reader from glaciers of Iceland to the volcanoes of Antarctica, from the Arizona desert to the deadly jungles of the Solomon Islands, from the streets of Paris to the beaches of Los Angeles. The novel races forward on a roller coaster thrill ride, all the while keeping the brain in high gear. Gripping and thought-provoking, State of Fear is Michael Crichton at his very best. There's a lot of lies in that. A lot of lies. But first, before we get into what I think, this is Michael Crichton in his own words. I didn't want to write it. I didn't want to read it. I decided I wouldn't write it. I wish you hadn't. I had breakfast with a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in 30 years. I told them my dilemma, and he said, "No, you have to write it because you are a doctor, a PhD. You must write this book on global warming." I said I might get killed for this. He said, "No, you have to write it." Maybe his friend just didn't like him. I don't know. I would like to be able to say that as a result of my conversation, I decided to write it. I didn't. I went home and I thought, I'm not writing this. It doesn't matter. Keep my opinion to myself. I started to work on something else and I felt like a coward. And I thought, what are you going to do? You have looked at the data and you really believe that it's in effect, but not something that we as human beings should be worrying about. It's low on the totem pole. We ought to be taking care of disease. We ought to be taking care of the world hunger. We ought to be taking care of a lot of things before we do this. So Michael Crichton's State of Fear is basically a book about global warming. And I'm not here to get into global warming, whether I believe it, whether I disbelieve it, whether you should believe it, whether you disbelieve it. I'm not a smart man. I don't know how to read the scientific mumbo jumbo to come up with my own conclusions. I can only come up with what other people tell me and then kind of go by who is more believable. That's all I got to say on that. This story reads like a really piss poor mystery. Like, we have lawyers globetrotting trying to thwart terrorist attacks. It's dumb. And then probably, how long is this book? How many pages? This book is 509. We'll say 550. 250 pages of this feels like you're just reading a scientific journal that with 20-year-old data in it, with a story kind of mixed in. It sucks. It's so hard to read. Don't read it. It's not worth your time. It's a Michael Crichton you can definitely skip. Let's put it that way. It's just so annoying. And I gotta say, like, there are no ugly people in a Michael Crichton book. Not a single one. All the women are blonde with perfect tatas and perfect this and perfect that. And all the guys are perfect, although they like to answer a lot in, one word sentences, which is, that's pretty much real right there. But it's starting to it gets tedious after a while. Like, there's no normal people in his books. They're all lawyers or doctors. There's a ton of his books that were doctors saving the world, going around solving murders and things. But this one, like, I don't mind that. I'm not really ragging on that part of it. Someone's got to save the world. Might as well be a lawyer, right? Because that's going to be that's realistic. It's just, God, this book sucks. It sucks so bad. I wanted a DNF it so bad. But I figure, if I can get through disclosure, if I can get through unpopular opinion, I know if I can get through timeline, a lot of people love timeline. I don't. I just thought it was really boring. I thought I can get through State of Fear, and I did, and I regret every minute I spent on it. But you know what? It's for the Michael Crichton project. Although, spoiler alert for the next Michael Crichton, which I'm going to sit down and record right after this. I'm already sitting, so I guess I'm going to continue to sit and record right after this. The next one, it got me. I couldn't do it. So my question, I like to end these videos. If you're coming back, I've been gone for a long time. A little bit of a different format now. I like to end these videos on a question now. I just think it's fun. Try to get some dialogue going in the comment section. The question today is, have you ever changed your mind about a major issue because of a book? Like this book, not a spoiler alert, not really, because you're not going to read this anyway, because I'm not going to let you. Michael Crichton is a global warming. I don't, to call him a denier. I don't think that's fair. But he can tell he definitely is leaning against it. And whether you think that's correct or not, I don't care. I'm not getting into the politics of it. However, if you were like die hard on like the left saying global warming is a thing, it's the end of the world, blah blah blah. If you read this book, would it change your mind? Or if you read a book that's global warming, that's denying global warming, would it change your mind? I don't think so. I think at least not a novel, right? Maybe a journal or something with some really compelling evidence of whatever the opposite side by some really smart people. Maybe then they'll be like, at least start to question things, I think. But I can't see someone being like, global warming is false. Michael Crichton said so. Look at this 20-year-old data. That was cutting edge and 20 years ago. But I don't know. I hated it. So there you go. Don't read it. Go read Prey. Go read Congo. Go read Jurassic Park. Go read one of the fun books. There's nothing fun about this book. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Cheers, peeps.